And my question for you is, my first question is, when are you going to have an in-person town hall in the Denver area? And my next question for you is that the question still hasn't been answered. We're asking you to speak out against the conflicts of interest, not to say that you're going to wait for someone to make an investigation. Thank you.
Well, when it comes to, I think, again, I don't want to speak until somebody has the facts. And I think that's important, that if somebody has the facts of this, then we have that in front of us. So I think that was the case with President Obama. That's the case with President Bush. That ought to be the case with any administration. And I hope that that's what we would expect of any member of Congress, is to act when they have all the information and not acting on newspaper reports when they haven't been seen any kinds of investigation from an FBI or appropriate authority. So
my question is for you. Do you believe in accountability in government, even when there are Republicans in charge? And will you join the majority of us Coloradans who are asking for Trump's tax returns and who request an independent investigation and special prosecutor for the Russia investigation?
Thanks, Christine, for the question. Over the past several years, I've held over 100 town halls. We'll continue to reach out all across Colorado, to all four corners of Colorado. We've held a number of telephone town halls, of which you're participating in one, and I'm grateful that you're taking the time to participate in this. We'll continue to hold town forums as we have economic roundtables, dozens around the state of Colorado. In fact, I've been in all 64 counties just last year alone, and we'll do the same thing again this year, holding town forums, town hall opportunities, and making sure we continue with our tele-town halls. So this is just one way that we can continue to outreach and hear from people across the state of Colorado, and it's important that I do that, and I completely agree with you that it's important to do that. So thank you very much. When it comes to the issue of tax returns, I think everybody should have the opportunity to release their tax returns, and that's people in the state legislature, people running for Congress. I've done that. Others have. I think everyone should. So I think I agree with you there. It shouldn't just be about President Trump. It ought to be about President Obama, President Bush. It ought to be about whoever's running for president, Hillary Clinton, you name it. They should have done that. So I think that's something that we should all expect of everyone.
Hi. Thank you, Senator Gardner, for holding this town hall. We appreciate it. My question is that for 12 weekends in a row now, President Trump has used the presidency to visit Trump-branded properties. Our embassies today, was revealed, promote Trump-branded properties. Our foreign delegations are staying in Trump-branded properties to curry favor with him. And on top of that, his family members who are currently running the Trump Organization, regularly weigh in on White House policy. They're meeting with foreign delegations, and they even get rewarded, for example, with long-range trademark application approvals in China. So my question to you is, this is the United States of America. You're one of the most powerful people in the country, and you're letting it become a kleptocracy. If Hillary Clinton were using the presidency and our tax dollars to enrich her family, you would be calling for an investigation every single day. So when will you be calling for an investigation into Trump's corruption and use of our taxpayer dollars to enrich himself and his family?
I'm sorry, did I interrupt you, Scott? I'm sorry. Scott, I think one of the points that you bring up is just the issue of whether or not the president has been traveling too much. I think you mentioned 12 weekends in a row the president's traveling. Look, I think every president has traveled, particularly in recent years. President Trump may be doing that more than others. I don't know. But I think the question is, do we honor the protections that any president and every president we must provide? Absolutely, we should. Make sure that we maintain the level of security and opportunities for whether it's President Obama at Martha's Vineyard comes to travel by any president, and we have to hold them accountable. If people are self-dealing or enrichment, then people ought to look into that, and I'm sure the FBI would look into that. But again, I think that's something that's important to maintain accountability and make sure that the people of this country have that ability to have transparency and accountability. But if it's something that needs investigated, then by all means investigate it and let that investigation speak for itself. But I do think we have to recognize President all traveled, President Bush has traveled, but they do deserve protection.